Let's back this bird out of the hangar. Backing up. Beep, beep. Coming in for a landing. Did Rep Fitness just come out with the new Goldilocks of home gym benches?
Sunshine. Check it up, huh? That's cool. I can dig it.
Is it the best for most people? Stay with me because we're going to check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to the gym. This is a new piece of equipment from Rep Fitness. This is their Nighthawk adjustable bench. You probably haven't seen or heard too much about it except for the Rep Fitness sizzle reels and promotional videos that they've put out. Now, Rep Fitness says this is an upgrade of some of their existing benches. Is that true? Well, I want to see for myself and bring it in and test it out. First things first, I want to talk about shipping and assembly. Now, I received it. It came in one large box. Just most recently, I ordered the AB 5200 2.0. I had it in the red with the black, which is one cool thing about it. They did let you choose rails, but when they ship that during that process, you get multiple boxes even on multiple days. When I ordered my Rep AB 5200, I think it showed up on 5 different days because there was different boxes that all come together to make the unit, where this one ships in one complete box. So if your box arrives on your shipping day, your bench should be ready to go. You'll just have to assemble it. Now, it comes about 85% assembled, because really all you have to do is put on the back feet, the front feet with a couple screws each, and then the back pad has 4 screws and the front seat pad has 4 screws as well. So you're looking at about 12 screws total, and the frame is pretty much already intact. You just have a screw and some washers. Put pieces together before, and you had multiple bolts and hex nuts and all these different things. You don't have to worry about any of that on this bench because the screw goes right into a pre-drilled hole, and then you're good to go. It was one of the quickest assemblies I've ever had from Rep. Maybe it took about 10-15 minutes at max. That's unpackaging it, getting rid of the cardboard and everything. Now, while I'm talking, I'll compare this to some of the other benches I've had in the past. I think I've either owned or used every bench that Rep has come out with. The ones I haven't owned, I got to use at home gym con in a buddy's house. So I think I have a really good base of knowledge of all the different Rep benches. So why did I bring this one in? Why was I excited about it? Well, let's talk about some of the specs, because this is a shorter style bench. It's about 51 inches in length. So it's one of the more compact benches of a lot of the Rep benches. A lot of the back pads are a lot longer. This one is about 51 inches in total length. It has 11.8 inch pad width. And in the flat position, it is 16.7 inches off the ground, which puts it right in that sweet spot for IPF standards. I've had some benches in the past that were 18 inches, 18.1. I really like the standard height to be under that 17.5 because I'm really able to lock in and get on there. And even shorter lifters like my wife and kids are able to use the bench without having to put things under their feet, bumper plates or stack up mats and things like that. The pad is the clean grip vinyl, which is very similar to other benches they have right now on the market. The clean grip vinyl is a lot nicer. It doesn't have the ports and holes in there where gunk and grime can get there. It's really easy to wipe down with just a cloth or Lysol wipes or Clorox wipes or something like that, and just wipe off clean to disinfect it. But what's different about this one, it's a molded pad with vinyl laid over it, and then another base that's also wrapped in vinyl. So it fits around the frame of the back pad really nicely, and there's no extra seams or anything on the bottom where things can get frayed or nicked up, because a lot of benches, that's one area where they'll have wear is they'll separate on the sides, and it's a very stiff pad. I don't have any give. You have a little cushion, given the cushion, but you're not feeling any give in the wood or underlayment of the bench pad, which I really like. So you have 7 positions of incline going from 0 all the way to 85 degrees. And then on the front, 4 different positions. You have flat and 2 inclines. And then you have one that goes down, and it's a 15% decline. So you really shouldn't have a problem finding an angle that works for you in your lifts. Then you want to know, mind the gap. So here, there is a 1.5 inch gap here in the center that's recessed. But me being 6'1.5", I have found I'm able to bench on the back pad. I can slide back and forth, but I can definitely have plenty of room if I use the entire seat. But if I really want to, I could bench off just the back pad. It's not as long as like the AB 5200. That one is quite a bit longer, but I still feel like I have enough room, but I don't feel like I'm crowded or cramped in the areas. I believe they offer it in 6 different colors. And I think all the rails are black. Like this one is the metallic black, so it's black on black. But if you get the white, the green, the red, some of the other colors that they have available, the rails are going to be black. And then the frame would be that red color or whatever color you picked. I think those are all sold out right now. The red and the white came in stock this past week, but they sold out quickly. They're all basically all on pre-order now. The matte black and the metallic black are the only ones you can get now. I went with a metallic black because I already have the Rep J cups. And I like those in the metallic black, as well as my Rep SSB also has that metallic black coating. And I just like the Rep metallic black. Saying it's an upgraded model of the AB 4100, which is a solid bench. So what are the things that they have upgraded? Well, on here it has, in 3 spots, it has the black nickel Colorado knurling. So it's a fine knurling like their Colorado bar. There's black nickel handles here on the back post ladder adjustment, on the front ladder adjustment, and on the front handle. And that front handle is a horizontal handle, which makes it really easy to grab. I've had other benches in the past that have a vertical handle, and it's just awkward. That horizontal handle is a lot easier just to pick up and move. And you'll see that later. I'll show you clips and B-rolls and stuff, me moving around and doing different stuff with it. I haven't had the bench that long, but I've got a lot of questions when people saw I had it. The things people are calling out on the website is the weight capacity. It says it's a 700-pound weight capacity, and its materials that make it up are 14 and 7 gauge steel, which I thought was weird. Why do they call out 14 and 7 gauge steel? So I looked all over the bench. The only place I was able to find 14 gauge steel was inside the rail area. And you'd have to take it apart to find that. I got mine. I did some arts and crafts on there. You'll see I put the red car vinyl behind the numbers, so it gives that red pop, and the red logo on the front and the mountains on the front. I put that red car vinyl behind there to bring out that logo and make it just look a little different, give it a little character instead of just the all black look. But that there is a spacer. It's almost like a long washer spacer that goes between the ladder rails and the numbers, and that piece is the same color as the bench. So inspecting the bench all over, like, that was the only place I could find 14 gauge steel. So everything else seemed to be 11 gauge or 7 gauge steel or 1/4 inch steel. Even the back accessory port is 11 gauge steel according to my calibers. So they put the upgraded steel, the 7 gauge steel or 1/4 inch steel, in all the right spots. You can see the ladder is a lot beefier, and I'll give you some clips and B-rolls of that. The ladder is a lot beefier. It's thick. It's 1/4 inch. There's a welded bracket here. There's a welded bracket or gusset here that's right in the center. So these 2 welded posts, and then there's a thicker bracket on the outside to make that steel even thicker, where those 2 pieces come together. A 700-pound weight capacity was kind of cautionary for me. I'm a bigger guy. I'm not the heaviest, strongest guy in the world, but, you know, I've benched in the threes and the mid threes in the past, and hopefully one day I'll hit a 400-pound bench. I don't think I'm ever going to get to that 500-pound range, #masters, but we'll see what happens. But I wanted to know, hey, if you're a 270-pound guy, 300-pound guy, can you use this bench and bench 300-400 pounds and be okay? It said it has a 700-pound weight capacity, but I know a lot of these companies go conservative on that just to protect themselves, which makes good sense. And what I want to do is I want to see if I can really get it up to 1,000 pounds. If I could put 1,000 pounds on here, I felt like I would be safe, and it's something that I could stay in my gym for long term. So I just started piling up my 45-pound plates on there. And as I got closer and closer to 1,000, I got more nervous. But I got to 1,000, and it looked like it was fine. There was no wobble, no shake in the bench. Everything seemed to be okay. So I continued to pile more 45s in there until I ran out of plates. I was able to get 1,304 pounds on there with all my 45s plus a couple of weighted out plates on top. And I left it that way for 24 hours. Came back to see how it would do. Came back the next morning. The only problems or anything that was going on with it, you could see where the bumper plates were the first layer. They had worn into the pad. And then taking those back off, an hour later, it's back to regular condition. Like, you can look at it right now. There's no holes or circles or indentions in the pad. That pad just bounced back after having all that weight on it. I'm not saying you should put 1,300 pounds on it, because there's really no scientific way to do that. Like, a lot of people will tell you, oh, the best way to test that is put it right in the middle of the back pad at 45-degree incline and see if it snaps or something like that. Yeah, you do that, but why? I'm not here to break the bench. I just want to make sure that it works and it's going to be safe in my gym. Like, you know, parkour. Take Chuck Norris and drop him off a skyscraper, let him karate chop it and see what happens.
Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Thank you, Peter.
It's probably not something that's feasible. You know what I'm saying? I felt good about the stability and durability of the bench just by having that much weight on there, even though it's well above their listed weight capacity. So yes, that's a lot of weight on a bench, but that's a static load. So I wanted to try to test it dynamically as I could myself. I'm kind of working through a shoulder issue, so I put 225 on there and tried to move it as quick as I could to show you that the bench didn't move or the stability was fine. So I think you're going to be okay with this. I think it can hold more than what they say. They have a disclaimer for a reason. So I'm not saying that you should go out there and try to break the bench or do anything crazy with it. Feel confident that it can hold what you want to do, especially in a flat bench situation. If I'm going to do accessories or something like that, a lot of the times I'm going to be doing like dumbbells like that. And my dumbbells only go up to 125. So I'm never going to have more than 225 or 250 on there at a time. But some of you guys that are out here benching 300 or 400 pounds, I think you're going to be okay, but always set your safeties. So I got the weight capacity issue out of the way. A lot of guys had questions on that and the steel gauge and all that. So I'm happy with it. I think it can be a long-term bench for me. What makes this one cool is they upgraded this rubber here. So now there's a rubber stopper on the back of the seat where 4100, it had the vertical rest right here on the back of the pad. Where this one, it has it up here on the bench pad. And they have these new wheels with the mountain logos cut in, and they're covered, so you can't get dirt and debris down in there, and it aids with the stability when you're standing up too. It's an 88-pound bench, so it's easy to move around with one hand, and you can do, musical chairs, la-di-da, woo. On the vertical storage post, it has this molded rubber material here on the front foot and on the rear feet, so you don't have any of those plastic caps or anything that stick off or have to put a piece of rubber over the back foot, or it's like some of these other benches. Those can wear out and fall off over time. These are on the bottom of the bench and they're screwed in sturdy. And this Nighthawk foot goes out like wings and makes it very low profile in the center, but also very stable. But what everybody wants to know is, what about the accessory port? Now, this is the only place on the bench that has a plastic cap. There's one on each side of the accessory port. Well, that's just to keep it covered when it's not in use, and it has a pop pin there and a screw-in nut. Now, I don't have any accessories for it at this time. I did sign up for early access for the leg developer, the leg curl leg extension. So hopefully we'll be able to get that. If I don't get it, I'm definitely going to check it out at Home Gym Con to see how it functions. But hopefully I can get it before then and let you guys know my thoughts on it. I did not get the leg roller this time because that's something else I want to try as well. This bench is $450, but for another $109 for the leg roller. Decline and things are not something I use a whole lot of, but I do like the ability to have future accessibility and future accessories to come down the road. They've already teased the leg curl extension. Maybe they'll come out with like a preacher pad or other attachments, dip stations, things like that you can use down the road. We'll see. Time will tell. Like I said, it's very stable, but all my longtime followers are going with me to do the wobble wobble test. Here we go. Big guy on a bench. Side to side movement. That's me moving. The bench is not shaking. You can get a little bit of rock at the very back, but even the front, it's not rocking in the front. It's rocking back here in the back. And that's on the ladder. So you can get rocking like this, but you can't do that with weight on it when you're on it. So it's very stable for the size and the footprint. It stores upright really easily. I don't have an Aries or anything like that, but if you want to do like Aries low rows, it does have a decline seat, so you can sit on this and do rows and things like that. I even did it here on my surplus strength to give you guys an idea of it. And if you have something like the Rep Aries 2.0 and you want to be able to roll your bench up under there and do incline bench or other things in the back of the rack, lat pull downs, etc., you should be able to do that. I don't have that, but I do have the Rogue bench prop. The wheels are low profile and it rolls and fits right underneath there. So that's a nice feature as well. So this has kind of been my overview of the Rep Nighthawk bench. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Feel free. If I didn't answer any of your questions, I try to answer most of the questions I got online in this video. But if you didn't hear your questions answered, feel free to drop it in the comments and I'll try to get that. I'll leave a link for the bench down in the description. Please consider shopping that link if you're going to buy this bench from Rep or any of the other Rep items. But hey, if you're not doing anything, you just want to get a first look at this and see what my early initial thoughts on it, I'll try to do a longer review down the road. But I just want to get this out and let you guys see it and get some feedback on it. As a bigger guy, there might be other guys reviewing it, but nobody's going to beat to my size or stature probably so far. And I really want to give you bigger guys out there a chance. Look, if it'll work for me, it'll work for everybody else too. So far, I've been really impressed with it. But hey, thanks for watching the channel. Feel free to go check out one of these playlists of gym equipment reviews or check out one of these other free videos. Thanks for watching and go lift, baby. Woo!
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Hello, neighbors.